Starfield isn't a real game. This may sound crazy, but let me explain. Starfield, there's absolutely nothing of value with the game to the point where it barely even exists. And get this, none of Bethesda's games ever had value, and Starfield exposes all of it. As you know, Starfield is a 2023 action role-playing game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. In the game, the player character controls a group of space explorers who must venture to various corners of the galaxy to acquire mysterious artifacts. The game features an open world in the form of an area within the Milky Way galaxy, containing both fictional and non-fictional planetary systems. Yes, that was the Wikipedia article of the game. The fact that the whole game is simplified in the summary as just collecting mysterious artifacts tells you everything you need to know about how bad this game is. Like, a damn child probably could have made this game. For decades, Bethesda Game Studios has been able to get away with releasing half-assed buggy slop that they call games. But Starfield exposes just how bad their games really are. Let's get started in dissecting Starfield and if it even counts as a game. Oh yeah, for the people who do like Starfield and don't agree with the facts, I have a message for you at the end of the video. Starfield is a 2023 action role-playing game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. In the game, the player character controls a group of space explorers who must venture to various corners of the galaxy to acquire mysterious artifacts. The game features an open world in the form of an area within the Milky Way galaxy, containing both fictional and non-fictional planetary systems. It also contains absolutely none of that. Planets and moons are empty, with barely anything to do or explore. The game tries to convey the idea of 1,000 planets and an unlimited amount of things to do, but that isn't true. Take landing on the planets, for example. The game shows this whole sphere of a planet that you're supposed to be able to access. It only shows 2 or 3 actual places to land. On top of that, they're all procedurally generated. What kind of false advertising is that? And it gets even worse. When I was younger, I always wondered what it'd be like to explore planets like Saturn or the Sun. I could just imagine the endless amount of coolness and fun that you'd be able to have there. But apparently, you can't even land on them. What kind of bullshit is that? Isn't this supposed to be a video game? I should be able to do what I want. Like doing what the game claims you can do and land on a planet. First they say there's 1,000 planets, but you can barely do anything on them. Next, they show you these planets and you can't even land on some of them. What is this BS? And this is only the start of the trashiness, because it gets even worse. Apparently, there's also nothing on Earth. Yes, I said that right. There is nothing on Earth. Just sand and a barren wasteland of nothing. How does this even make sense? Can someone explain why there's nothing on Earth? Well, actually I could explain. It's because they're real lazy. How could you not have anything on Earth? It's the home of human civilization. So why is it just not explained in-game why it looks like Paradise Palms without the buildings and rocks? With the amount of sand there, you will often have enough to fill up your mom. For real, this is just bad. The whole selling point of the game is just debunked and barely even exists. But surely, the spaceship part would be cool, right? If the planets suck, then at least they could do something space-related, right? Wrong. Spaceships are terrible in Starfield. Your first introduction to spaceships in Starfield is in the main quest, with this boring-ass tutorial on how to use them that slowly explains how dogshit the flying mechanics are. There should just be a big button in the middle of the screen that says skip, because no sane human being should be able to bear such bullshit. And speaking of the main quest, let's talk about how mind-numbingly stupid the whole experience is. The game starts like your typical Bethesda slop, where you can't move and you hear characters just chatting about nonsense that's irrelevant. You touch a metal thing and suddenly you're in some elite organization and you're in a spaceship. After that whole gap fest of a ship tutorial, suddenly, pirate ships come at you. First of all, I didn't even know pirate ships can fly, and second of all, why are they so much stronger than my ship? If there was a way to make people stop playing a game, making the game unplayable is how you do it. So after around 30 minutes, they tell you to go kill some pirate guy, which I thought we already did. So you land on this moon, which apparently you can do now, but landing on Saturn isn't an option. And you kill the guy. Then you go to this place called New Atlantis, which I can't lie, looked pretty cool until you realize how small and meaningless everything is. Anyway, you go to the lodge and officially join this explorers group called Constellation, which is a hilarious rip-off of the TV series under the same name and also happens to be set in space. Totally just coincidence, huh? Anyway, after you do all that, as the Wikipedia article states, you collect other metal things called artifacts, and you kill the Starborn God, and then, the game just repeats itself. That is just laziness at its finest. Next, let's get to all the other questlines with their shitty attempt at storylines. There's just absolutely so much boring filler in this excuse of a game, and the problem lies in them simply being boring. Like, why do almost all the cutscenes just have a person standing and talking without anything cool happening or special animations at least? Like, at least actual games like Expedition 33 or Cyberpunk make the boring, useless yapping look graphically impressive and full of action so it isn't as boring. But Starfield, like other Bethesda games, just doesn't have that. All the quests are just talk, do something for someone, talk again, and that's the whole thing. Absolutely nothing's exciting or engaging at all, and it makes me want to fall asleep. Actually, if you think about it, Starfield might actually be good for one thing, and that's making people fall asleep. They should market the game towards people who have trouble sleeping. Maybe that way people would actually buy it. Anyway, all of this makes you question whether Starfield even counts as a video game. Everything it supposedly offers isn't even there. Even Concord was better. At least that game was more accessible and does exactly as advertised. Now, here's the section of the video where I comment on the decades of Bethesda's incompetence that has gone unchecked due to the delusions of their cult-like Todd Howard worshipping fanbase. First, let's start with the game engine that Bethesda uses, Creation Engine. This is just absolutely outdated and simply does not work for today's games. They should switch to a newer, better engine like Unreal Engine. Look at this video of a Skyrim city in Unreal Engine. Clearly, Bethesda is incapable of doing this because of Creation Engine. If Bethesda switches to Unreal Engine, their games wouldn't look and perform like they were outdated at launch. Creation Engine is one of the roots of Bethesda's decades-long lack of ability to make good games. But now, let's look at the real culprits. Todd Howard, Emil Pagliaro, Tim Lamb, and most of all, wokeness. People have been brainwashed for decades by their mediocre storytelling and half-assed games, but we, as gaming fans, have finally broken free of their delusional woke agenda. Come join us in boycotting studios like Bethesda for the real reason why we hate their games, their wokeness. Fucking pronoun! With all that being said, I think I've done my civic duty as a gaming YouTuber to shit on Starfield and Bethesda and their non-existent fake dog shit slop games. Oh yeah, and a message to the people who like Starfield. Don't. You are not allowed to like this game and need to stop being delusional and giving in to their brainwashing woke agenda. You are retarded if you play this abomination, but it's not too late. If you stop liking Starfield or any Bethesda game, you will be a better, more competent human being. So stop liking Starfield if you do.